Hi, in this video, we're going to focus on Read and Write Chrome Edition, the free version. So once you've downloaded Read and Write Chrome Edition, you'll see a purple icon that has the letters R and W. You will click on that, and the toolbar will appear. Now, you may notice that this toolbar has a lot of features grayed out. Again, this is the free version of Read and Write for Google Chrome. So with the full version, you'll have more premium features. You'll have word prediction, the dictionary, the picture dictionary. You'll have screen capture for inaccessible documents. You'll have the ability to save documents as an MP3 file, screen masking, speech to text, and a host of the study skills. But if you don't have the premium version, you still have quite a few features that are still available to you. The first one would be the hover speech, and this allows the user to have more autonomy in where they start the text to speech. Then you have your standard play, pause, and stop buttons, but you also have access to the translator. And then the new feature, which allows individuals to practice reading, you have that option available as well. So let's see what's in our settings for our toolbar. You do have voice options here, so you can select different vocalizers. It's a pretty good list. And then the rate of speed in which the speaker will speak. So it's set at 50, so we'll just leave it there. And then you can highlight whether you want continuous reading or not. So you will just click on and off. And then translation. You have a few options for different languages. So we're going to keep it at Spanish for this demo. And let's see, because we don't have prediction, I won't review that, but if you had the full version, you would have some options as well. And then on the features list, you see everything is highlighted, but we don't have access to them. But if you did have the full version, you can cut on and off multiple features. But since we do have hover speech, we are able to cut that off, and I'll just let you see. Now, it's no longer on the toolbar. But since we're going to look at that, I'm going to cut that back on. But you do have the option to make the toolbar even smaller. So let's take a closer look at Read and Write for Google Chrome. So with the hover speech, what we're going to do is select hover speech.
Award-winning artist Kadir Nelson is taking readers from sea to shining sea with his new book, Blue Sky, White Stars.
And if you double click
ahead of the book's release, TFK Kid Reviewer
on a particular area, you're able to navigate where you want the cursor to start reading. And with this version, you still have the highlighting and the tracking. So that's really good for students who need that tracking and highlighting to stay focused on what they're reading to help with their comprehension. So anywhere within the website,
baseball and heart and soul,
an individual can start reading. Because it is on continuous reading, I only selected a small portion. It continued reading, and it will continue to read because we do have continuous reading highlighted. So let's take a look at, I'm going to cut that off just by clicking. And let's take a look at just the play. So I want to select small area, and then play.
Award-winning artist Kadir Melson is taking readers from sea to shining sea with his new...
So again, you can select a section and then have it played. If you play, just push play on Read and Write, it will start to, it will read the entire web page for the user. So that may be beneficial for students who have limited vision or visual disabilities so that they can capture everything that's on the screen. So let's take a closer look. I'm going to stop our reading component at the translator. So we'll have to select a passage first or word. And let's see what happens. Let's try another passage. And select translator. And so I have the whole sentence selected, but it's only giving me a word. So it looks like we'll have to do one word at a time because how is como. So when you're using this, the word by word version is what they're going to give you. Let's try it again to see if we can get a passage. But because we do have limited access, right, we're not going to have the entire passage translated like some of the other programs that we have reviewed over the course of videos. So it is a word by word translator that may or may not be useful to certain users. Some individuals may need more than one word translated at a time, but they do have the option to translate words if your student needs that. Now, with the practice reading aloud, I have tried this component, and what happens, Read and Write takes you into another web page, and it allows you to record readings. And this is really good for students who are practicing reading out loud and trying to improve their fluency. The only caveat I will say is that when you play the voice back, it is considerably deeper than the natural speaking voice. So users should be aware of that. It doesn't sound warped, but it's definitely deeper than your natural speaking voice. So that's going to conclude Read and Write for Google Chrome. Thanks for joining me.